Hello, it's me, Dr. Kelechi Eguzo. I'm just here to give you a quick rundown on how the Bugs and Drugs app works. If you have an Android phone, this is going to work for you. It does not work for iPhones, okay? So why don't you just go with me to Google Play or Play Store, and when you get there, search for Bugs and Drugs, just like this. And you want to get the Bugs and Drugs that is here with Major Bash Foundation icon right there. So why don't you just go ahead and download that? And this is what it looks like when you download it. The first thing you need to do is to come right here to register. And so once you register, you can also, once you click on register, you get to enter all your information the way you want it to appear. And be sure to select your state properly and your LG and enter your LG when you get there. So you'll be prompted to enter your password for you to log in. And once you log in, you have the home page. The home page kind of gives you a summary of all the activities you've been doing on the app. So the bug summary and the drug summary. And it also gives you some stats like how many patients have you seen, male versus female, that kind of thing. So what this app does is basically to enable you to enter information regarding all the lab testing you've done for culture and sensitivity, as well as the antibiotics you've been prescribing. It's going to help you to monitor your sensitivity pattern locally for your own antibiotic stewardship program. It also helps you track how much antibiotics you're using in your practice. So why don't we try using the add bugs function? Because here you would find there are two main functions: add bugs and add drugs. So when you go to add bugs, it's just to report sensitivity testing. Add drugs is to report prescription. Let's try the add bugs function. And what you need to do is always, everything here is required. So if you omit something, you know, we won't be able to save. So let's enter the patient's age, and we have to give a hospital number, which is your hospital number or your lab number, just so you can remember which patient that is. Then select the patient setting and sex. The working diagnosis here is basically what your provisional diagnosis is. So let's say it's a UTI case, and you select. So based on your culture, there might be a prominent a prominent microbe. So let's assume it's E. coli. The next thing you need to do is to enter the antibiotics that were tested in the sensitivity testing. So you need to click on the three dots here. These three dots are your friend. So once you click it, you can see the plus icon here, and the plus icon will enable you to add the antibiotics that you tested. So let's say we tested for anhydric acid and it was resistant. We add, and we select the three dots again and find septrin, and we think septrin was very sensitive. We add. After you're done adding, go back to that three dots again and select save. You get to have a message that says your entry has been saved. That is how you use the bugs function. And if you go back to home and you go to view records here for bug summary, and then you come to you see this beautiful Excel spreadsheet icon right here at the top right hand corner. If you select that, it's going to help you download the data as a spreadsheet. So here it's saying you want to export this as a CSV, which is comma separated file. So let's go ahead and continue to export. It takes a bit of time depending on how fast your phone is, and you can get to open this using a spreadsheet icon. Now you can open this using Google Sheets on the right, or on the left, or Excel on the right. I recommend you use Excel for this function. So let's say you use Excel to open this, and what you're going to find will be a spreadsheet that contains all the reports you've created over time. The last patient we entered will be here. So you have the patient numbered in order of reporting, with the first being the first and the last being the last. So here you find the patient's details like the setting, the drugs that were tested, and which lab did this. Okay, so let's go back to the app. And so let's try the add drugs function, which is pretty similar. It's just very simple to use. Click on add drugs, select the patient's age, put in the sex, and give a hospital number again. Select the setting, inpatient. So let's say this patient had a UTI again. And When we come to click on this three dots again, those beautiful three dots, we love them a lot in this app. So you can select them and click the plus button, and you'll be able to select drugs and select which route of administration, and put in the dosage that you are using, the frequency, maybe the one time daily or two times daily, however often they need to take the drug, and the duration. You need to add all of this. The duration here is in days by default. Okay, so that's it. You add that, and if you made a mistake and you want to change something, you'll find this beautiful green button here. So if you click on that green button, you can either remove or cancel an entry. So let's say we don't want to remove that. After you're done, you hit save. And if you go to the home button, you can view the records for your drug summary. So once you view those records here, you can see again how many entries you've made. And if you click again on the beautiful spreadsheet icon, it will export a spreadsheet for you, just like before. That's how this app works. And each time, if you need to before you export, let's say you're exporting this every 2 weeks or something like that, always come back to the profile. When you go to profile, you're going to select synchronize data. That way, if there are multiple users on your accounts from different cell phones, you can actually synchronize that data and everything comes together in one spreadsheet. That is how this works. And thank you very much for your attention.